Hi there, my name is Royce Pentagasp, and this is my legacy. Well, that's how it began. Not much to look at, was it? Now I have a one-room mansion. It may not be anything special now, but it's my lifelong goal to establish a great legacy that expands 10 generations, maybe more. This is Ibiah, my wife, whom I met the very day I moved in. The little bundle is our daughter Stacy. And this is the Pentagasp legacy. After Joy's hectic babyhood, life was definitely quieter around the house. However, we had other problems to deal with. Surprisingly, Joy turned out to be a delightful child. She was always cheerful and could make you laugh. She was also attentive to her studies and could often be found doing homework on her own. You didn't need to tell her to get on with it. Stacy had taken to making a mess into an even bigger mess if she could. I guess it was in rebellion of all the times when she willingly cleared up. Christina, on the other hand, was a bit of a slob. She never cleared away her plate after she'd finished eating. I would sometimes retreat into the garden, pick up my guitar, and play a somber tune. It was my quiet time, when I could reflect on life. I enjoyed the solitude, away from the chaos that often ensued in the house. I now had a microphone, so I was able to practice my comedy skills in the relative privacy of home. After the fiasco at the restaurant, I was determined to be on top of my game the next time I did that. I was still a stuttering fool, but at least I wasn't embarrassed, just hungry. Ibiah was supportive, sort of. At least she didn't boo. Christina was positively ecstatic with my performance. Ibiah and I were still sleeping out in the tent, and with her being so heavily pregnant, it wasn't very comfortable. While the kids were at school, she'd catch a quick nap in one of their beds. The girls were taking turns to sleep in the tent with us. Stacy often fell asleep wherever she happened to be. Even in the bath, which was quite dangerous really. I had to do something to alleviate the pressure, but I didn't know what. Simoleons were still short. Elsa spent a lot of time at our house. She came home with Stacy every day after school. Stacy wanted desperately to be her BFF, but no matter how much she tried, they just couldn't get there. She complained to the big bear, but he, wisely, said nothing.
Why doesn't she like me? Dumb bear.
I tried to comfort her.
It's okay, Dad. It's just girls' stuff.
She continued to vent her frustrations on the inanimate bear. Eating was another problem. We couldn't do it as a family, so there was always someone standing nearby with a plate.
Oh my!
There goes Christina, leaving her plate again. Oh, and you remember Stacy falling asleep in the bath? That wasn't the only problem she had there. One bathroom was increasingly becoming a problem too. Ibiah, even though due to give birth any day now, still found time to clean. Well, at least attempt to. Finally, it was time for baby number 4 to put in an appearance. I think the shock of not being able to use the bathroom sped things along.
I'm going to the hospital, Royce, and no, I don't need you to come.
It seemed like only a blink of an eye, and our 4th little girl was here. Her name is Holly, and as usual I was keen to get started on number 5. Ibiah had other ideas. 4 down, 6 to go, hun. I think we should get started right away.
Have you lost your mind?
You know me, always game.
Yeah, you're funny.
I wasn't sure whether that was a yes or no. So I left the subject alone for a while. Our relationship cooled for the first time since we'd met. I heard her telling Ulrich on the phone about it.
Hi, Ulrich. How are you? Yes, another girl. And you won't believe the cheek of the man. He's like 4 down, 6 to go, hun. And he wants to get started straight away. Well, I looked at him, then I looked at him again, then asked him if he'd lost his mind. Yeah, well, I'm not setting foot back in that tent, I can tell you.
That's when Ibiah stopped sleeping in the tent, and I vowed to start seriously working on the house. I decided a night out should warm things up again, so I took Ibiah to the nightclub. She headed straight for the dance floor, and I followed and watched her. When another fellow joined us, I felt a little intimidated, but instead of dancing, I proceeded to boast about how wonderful our family was. I told her, and him, what wonderful children we had and how good a mother she was. To my surprise, Ibiah started flirting, but the surprising thing was that it looked like she was flirting with him. I pretended not to notice, and flirted back. I led her to a quiet table in the corner of the club.
Oh, Royce. This is so lovely. We've not been out in so long. Thank you.
I flirted with her across the table. She responded back, so I waded straight in. So, what do you think about the proposal I made the other day? Are you up for it? Ibiah, where are you going? I follow, but this time I attempt to dance. I whisper to her that I love her and want her to be not only my wife but my best friend. She looks at me for a bit but eventually hugs me in agreement. So far, so good. I head off to the men's room, but she catches up with me before I get there.
Look, Royce, it's not that I don't want to have 10 kids with you. Hell, I'd like a whole house full of them. But that's just it, we don't have a proper home yet. And furthermore, it seems to me that that's all you think about. Here we are out on the first date we've had since Stacy was born, and all you want to talk about is when we're gonna start on number 5. I think you'd better think that thought out again.
I slink off to the men's room.
Are you sleeping? Wake up, Royce.
I'm sorry I'm so tired, Ibiah, and for neglecting you tonight. Things have been a little cold between us lately.
It's okay, Royce. I know you are trying, and you do look after the kids most of the time.
So, does that mean you agree with my proposal?
So, let me get this straight. You bring me out tonight, with the sole intention of getting me to agree to getting pregnant. And when I point this out to you, you bring up the subject again? Well, let me spell out this whole situation for you, so there's no mistake. Back up, mister. You'd better not even think about puckering one single cell of those lips of yours. I'm no longer gonna be hooched up. Wake up, I'm talking to you. In some tent upon this hillside you call a home, while you keep me barefoot and pregnant. Do you hear me? If you want another bun in this oven, you'd better get me a bed, and it better be memory foam.
And she was gone. I was exhausted. There was nothing to do but sleep.